biblical success coach. I help faith-based entrepreneurs be able to get unstuck and achieve quantum leaps in life. I want to do a special announcement today and do a special Ask Me Anything. I got like 15 minutes or something like that. But if you're not aware, I am launching a book, first-time author. It's called The Miraculous Breakthrough Formula, the 7-day challenge, biblically guaranteed, to help you to be able to get unstuck and achieve the impossible. Crazy, crazy title, crazy, crazy story. And it's been interesting. And I wanted to come on today to make some announcements because, first of all, there's been so much support. It's been such an incredible journey. This was a book that was born out of a God-led idea. I don't know if you've ever had one of those, but just had to move forward onto it and never was even thinking about writing a book. But in 10 days, after going through a 7-day experience myself, that led to incredible transformation, I felt the need to be able to come out there and write a book about it. And guess what? Now we're launching it. So what we're doing is we're doing a special Kickstarter campaign. And if you're not familiar with Kickstarter, great fundraising platform, because little did I know, there's costs associated with writing a book and not just editing, but also design, but actually mostly marketing, putting online things together. Like there's a lot of things that get together on this. So we put together a Kickstarter campaign, and in this, we launched it and we're hoping for Christmas miracle. And we did get some miracles, but we didn't hit our goal. And fortunately, the campaign itself actually ends January 25th. So we got 12 days on the clock. And Kickstarter is interesting. It's a do or die type of thing. So if you hit your goal, it's funded. If you don't hit your goal, you get nothing. So we've made some great progress. Thank you, everybody that's been supporting so far. But we still got a ways to go. So I want to come on here because I've been getting a ton of questions. And I want to answer any of them. And if you feel called at all to take a look at the Kickstarter campaign, it'd be an absolute honor. If you want to support, if you want to grab a book, if you like, I'm doing signed copies. You can even get a special mention in this book as well too before it's published. There's some really cool opportunities involved in the book. But I wanted to at least spend a little bit of time and answer any questions that there are about this book. So if there are anything, feel free to comment below, whether you're live or you're watching this on replay. I got a little bit of time here, so I wanted to come on to this, So the first question is, who is this for? Happy birthday. Who is this for? This is a book with a message for anybody that's felt like you've been in a place that you've been trying everything, and yet for some reason you feel like you're being blocked. Maybe you're an entrepreneur that's been stuck at a certain income level, and for some reason you don't know why you can't get past this income level. Maybe you're the entrepreneur that's sick and tired of going to course after course, class after class, seminar after seminar, and you're still not making breakthroughs. Maybe you're somebody that's had a health situation and you've tried to go to the doctors and you've tried to figure out the ideas. You've tried to seek out the answers, and yet you haven't been able to find something to be able to help you to go there. Maybe you're a person of faith. Now, this is a faith-driven book, but it's for anybody. But maybe it's a person of faith, and maybe you feel like God hasn't been answering your prayers. Maybe you feel like you haven't been able to hear him clearly, and you want to, and you feel like something's just kind of holding you back. Maybe who is this book for? Maybe you're somebody that's in a relationship that's been strained. Hey, what's going on, Sister Tatiana? Great to see you. Talking about this book. I just shot you a text actually about it. And maybe you're somebody that's you're in a relationship that got strained, and you've been trying to do everything to be able to have breakthroughs in the relationship, but it just hasn't been able to happen, right? Like, so who is this book for? This is a book for anybody that's been stuck in a situation that you might feel like is almost impossible, but you're willing to hope one more time. And that's where I found myself. Before I wrote this book, I was in a place where financially, spiritually, personally, businessly, that's a word. We're in a place that things were good, but not great. We're in a place where we wanted more. We were in a place where we were getting tired. We were losing hope on what could be possible. And if that's in a place for you, then this book is for you, because what I believe is what I experienced, and also what I wrote about, and also what you can do too, is that if you're in a place where you need not just a breakthrough, but you need a miraculous breakthrough. What's a miraculous breakthrough? A miracle is something that is not natural, supernatural. Supernatural quite literally just means above natural, of God. So I found out as I was going through the entire Bible, there were some things that spiritually, psychologically, physiologically actually all make sense. That if you do a combination of three things, you can achieve a miraculous breakthrough in your life. And in 7 days, I had the most incredible experience. I started sharing it with other friends, and man, I had people that had financial breakthroughs in 7 days. Like, I'm talking about people I knew for over 7 years that were stuck financially. And then on the seventh day said, wow, we had a miracle refinance situation happen. It's like, whoa. We had another financial situation. We had a friend that was wanting to get into a coaching program. And this coaching program was $5,000. And this coaching program ended up going from 5,000 to 500. There's like, what the? Wow, miracles. I'm talking about miraculous breakthroughs. I'm talking about somebody that's been dealing with a chronic health issue for over a year and try to go to the doctors, try to go holistic, and couldn't find anything to help. And then boom, 7 days in, transformation. So this miraculous breakthrough formula, it was so stunning, not just for me, but for my friends, that I felt the need and the call to write a book when I've never been an author before. And I was just like, man, I gotta take a look at this, So we're in the middle. I wrote it in 10 days, and now we're in a place. And Tatiana, I will send it to you right here. Appreciate you. Where we are doing a Kickstarter to be able to raise funds to launch this book. And the way Kickstarter works is if you get we're looking to raise $10,000. And thanks everyone once again that's willing to support. And anyway, you can grab a book. There's signed copies. I know it's going to transform people's lives around the world, including yours as well too. But I realized that so what happened with $10,000 we're looking to raise. And if you hit it, then you're funded, and then you can use that. Yeah, I wrote a book in 10 days, Priscilla. Isn't that nuts? I never wrote a book before. I was like a mad person. I was just like, let's go write this out, And then boom, there it is. And like, I didn't know any of the process. I had to figure out publishing. I'm actually going to self-publish it at first. I might go through a publisher. I'll see. And any questions you have, feel free to drop them in the chat on book writing, on what the book is, on anything. This is just a quick ask me anything on this. Hey, what's going on, Desiree? Hope you're doing amazing. I'm answering questions about this miraculous breakthrough formula book that I'm doing. And we're 12 days away until the end of a Kickstarter campaign. It's a do or die Kickstarter campaign. So if we hit it, we go, we launch. If we don't do anything. And it's like, this dream is dead. And I don't believe that, who knows, right? God willing. But I believe God's called me to write this book in particular. And I want to be able to have that be an incredible testimony. You're writing about, wow, it must be a different type of a book, It's like, and there's not a right or wrong answer with writing a book, right? Everything is its own art piece, right? Some will be a life piece. This one was I just had to get it out, Priscilla, what's your book about? That sounds like it's going to be fascinating. Is it fiction, nonfiction? That is amazing, So, and if you're interested in supporting this campaign or taking a look at it, take a look at the Kickstarter. You can look at the link in the bio, or you can ask me about it as well too. Would love to share it with you. Tatiana, thanks for being willing to look at it. So let's see. Okay, let me send it to here. Hey, sister. People are messaging me, so thank you so much about this this campaign. And even if you just share this, like, that is like amazing. Even if you're not able to contribute, if you're willing to share this out there, I mean, that's incredible as well too. But thanks so much. Um, awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, any other questions on this? So, when is the book gonna launch? This book, if things go according to plan, so if this Kickstarter campaign gets done, then the goal is I'm actually probably going to do a pre-launch of it and give some of you exclusive access to the book first before we actually do it live on like Amazon, like all. I'm also going to do a paperback version of as well too. But I'm probably going to do a limited period edition of this book, and it actually like further feedback from you on this book as well too. In fact, I'd actually want to get some of your stories in this book as well too. So Priscilla said it's your testimony, a dream about ancient Romeo twice, and God's confirmation about the dream. Nice. A Paul situation. That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Congratulations on writing that book. That is a deep book. I know. So I'll be praying for continued growth on that. Do you have an expectation, Priscilla, on when you want to finish that? Sometimes you love to read the book. Thanks, Priscilla. If you're open to look at it, if you just go to my link tree in my bio, and then you click on, I think it's my second link right now, but it says like book Kickstarter. If you take a look at that, you can see how to grab a copy of it, and then also maybe it'll help you with your book. Who knows? Because the biggest thing about the Miraculous Breakthrough Formula is, for me, my number one goal was to get a deep, close, personal relationship and experience with God. Because if you want a miracle, you got to be close to God. Anywhere God goes is a miracle. Right? Anywhere God goes is a miracle. And when you follow these principles, it's like Moses, if you know the story, he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. He was on Mount Sinai. And it was said in the Bible that when he walked off the mountain, besides having the 10 commandments, his face shone so much that it like blinded and scared the Israelites. So his face was so bright with God, like seeing him face to face for so long, that he had to put a veil on his face to not scare his friends. Like, that's kind of nuts. Now, I didn't have like that type of a shining moment like that, but I was shining in terms of energy, clarity, purpose. Like, can you imagine walk around and you just have this different type of empowerment to you, this different type of confidence, this different type of faith to you, this different type of certainty and clarity and focus? Like, that's what I've received in 7 days for sure. So yeah, maybe because if you want a miracle, you need God around you, because God is literally a miracle. That is who he is. And in all areas of our life, I believe finances, health, business, relationships, clarity, purpose, all these different types of things. If you invite God into your life in any of those areas, miracles are bound to happen. I know they're bound to happen. So yeah, very, very cool questions. The process, someone asked about the process of this, has been very fascinating. I've learned a lot about ebooks. I've learned a lot about online stuff. I've learned a lot about even like, it got me to look into things like ClickFunnels, e-commerce, started to get me to even look on the traditional publishing side. So I'm actually talking with a couple of publishing houses potentially now. Like, it's been an interesting process, and I think it's just the beginning of everything. And I'd love to continue with that process, which is why we're doing this Kickstarter campaign. And I'd love you to be a part of the journey. Besides just getting the book, for you to actually be a part of this journey, I want to include your story. I want this. I mean, I can self-fund it, but I'd rather have it where it's a collective testimony for all of us banding together and saying that we were able to do something. I think that's part of the miracle of what this Miraculous Breakthrough Formula is all about. So once again, if you're able to take a look at it, if you're interested, there's a link tree in the bio. It's called the Miraculous Breakthrough Kickstarter campaign, or check the links, or ask me about it as well too. We have 12 days left, and our goal is to raise $10,000. My goal today is to raise at least $500. We've actually had people already contribute today, which is awesome. So if you feel called and pulled to take a look at that, I'd love for you to do that. But my time's up. Just wanted to drop by real quick. Great to meet you guys. If this impacted you, share this. Talk about this, and I'll be back on to comment with any questions too, and I'll I'll do my best to get back to them. But